I have the example of the companies such as Asia and Grab, where airlines, that is our humble airline just now have a digital platform that spans travel, logistics, and even high tech. So its transformation was not done in isolation. So it involved collaborations with data scientists, software engineers, tourism boards, and regional governments. Okay, Grab also born in Malaysia, raised in Singapore, and now Southeast Asia super app. So its success is the result of relentless innovation and cross-border partnership, from public transit system in Indonesia to digital payment system in Vietnam. What I'm going to say is that to innovate, we have to integrate. So innovation happens by integration, where we can see that there are three elements for innovations. We can see the elements of human values and also technologies and also business. So human values. In the innovation, we have to consider on human values, where we want the product or innovation that we create can help, to improve our life, to create value for people. And innovation also, we have to embed on technologies that can be, in order to, we have to embed the technologies in the innovation, so that to speed up our problem solving or enables cooperation, maybe we create smarter product and support sustainability, and also makes innovation inclusive. So, and it's also involved in business, of course. So in the long run, we can sustainable our business. So on all these three elements, we can have innovations. Okay, but now also we have also to consider, when we do the innovations, we have to also to consider SDG. Yeah? SDG is Sustainable Development Goal, and together with three elements that we have mentioned just now. And don't forget that we have to have industries for the collaboration to make our innovation can foster the community and also the nation. Okay, so all this is very important for the innovation, and to make sure that innovation is successful for the countries, for us, for the long run, for the sustainable of the innovation. Okay, and also I put the collaboration also in my speech instead of innovation, because innovation happens when we integrate. Just now I mentioned human values, business, and technology. But when we place this process with the framework of the SDGs, it becomes purposeful innovation. And the only way to achieve this is through collaboration. Collaboration with businesses, governments, academia, and communities have to work hand in hand in order to be successful in the innovation. So I will give you example on the human values. Just now I mentioned human values. For all can see what do we mean by human values. People need, for example, for the Grab, people need safer, more convenient, and affordable transportation. When we look at the technologies, what is the technologies has been embedded in the innovation? This is mobile apps, GPS, digital payment. Okay, for business, it's a scalable business model with ride-hailing, food delivery, and so forth. And one can see that the innovation that also can contribute to SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth, and also SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities by creating jobs and improving urban mobility. And we also have to look at the progression. Why? To be successful in the community, in the nation, in the global. So we have to have the collaboration. This example of collaboration is in the situation of Grab, drivers, not only drivers, restaurants, governments, and fintech partners. It's showing that collaboration is essential to align innovation with SDGs. And another example is Tesla. So the human values, we want actually in ourselves, okay, people, we want clean, efficient mobility. Technologies that we use, that electric vehicles. AI for autonomous driving, Okay, for business, we have the strong brand, investor support, and global markets make it viable. So, and the SDG link that contribute to the innovation, this innovation is SDG 7, which is affordable and clean energy, and SDG 13, climate action. And the collaboration is Tesla partners with governments for EV infrastructure, suppliers for sustainable batteries, and consumable mobility. So every of the innovation nowadays, we hope that the technologies that such as the digital revolutions can give impact on business. We can see there's the shift of business transformation. You can see the business transformation on the business. Okay, you can see on the with the digital revolution, you can see the enhanced efficiency. For example, in manufacturing, I give the example of Malaysia. Proton employer use robotics and automation in data assembly lines. And this is reduce manual errors, speed up production, and lower cost. Okay, that's make Malaysia cars more competitive. And this digital revolution also improve on customer experience. Nowadays, we are using Maybank to you, CIMB Clicks, mobile banking apps allow customer to transfer money, pay bills, and even apply for loans. We use this kind of digital. Okay, this improve convenience, customer situation. Okay, especially among youngers. Okay, and now also the business. We have now new business model. Just now we have mentioned about Grab. Okay, Shopee and Lazada always change the retail landscape by enabling small sellers to sell online. Those days you can see only large company to sell online, but now we have small company also. Even the small company SME, they can expand their businesses. So this shows that how a digital platform create new ways of doing business, and also give impact on the business in terms of data-driven decision. So AIC just now use big data analytics to decide ticket pricing, route planning, and promotions. For example, if data shows more people are traveling from KL to Kota Kinabalu during school holidays, AIC increases flight frequency and adjust pricing. So we can see how when we book for the ticket, it's increasing. This time 200, and in another time it will be 300, because we can see the ongoing in demand for the ticket. So in our side, when we see what happened in current situation globally, we as an academician, we have to do something that follow the trend that happened. We have to look for the curriculum. Not only we cannot now because we have so many departments, engineering and commerce department, we have to integrate the curriculum so that we can can achieve what actually we want to have the innovation that can foster give a prosper to the economy. Okay, for example, we can use many kind of tools that we can use. For example, in Malaysia we have a CDIO for the final project, and then we also have design thinking, a DDI model to in their business project to innovate a product. Okay, this is a kind of, for example, I gave this one, the conceive, design, implement, operate, CDIO framework, initially developed for engineering education, but now it's already been used, it has been increasing use in the various disciplines. Okay, and also the CDIO framework emphasize on the importance of hands-on experience and multidisciplinary collaboration, and has been shown to improve innovation and entrepreneurship in higher education. So, and also by fostering collaboration between marketing and engineering students, CDIO-based projects can stimulate real industry practices, wherein marketers and engineers must work together to conceptualize viable products and marketing strategy. Okay. As a conclusion, we can see that when we with the business nowadays, And for the we can see now we live in a world of complexity where business and governance face constant disruptions. Okay, like technologies, climate change, or global crisis. So to thrive, we must rethink how we operate. You must rethink how we collaborate and how we innovate. Okay, so I just saw this one is the diagram where we can see that um, today's complex environment and tomorrow's resilient equitable futures lies a bridge. That bridge, that bridge is digital transformation. Bridge. Okay, now you can see that I'm mentioned about bridge. So we have so many bridges just now, bridges and the bridges, and this one is also bridge. We have to, okay, we have to use for the innovation, for the resilient, equitable future. I think and also this is you can see digital innovation and data sciences global cooperation in order to achieve the resilient, equitable future. I think I end my presentation now. Okay, that's all I think.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Noordini, for sharing your expertise with us, particularly related with the innovations and how from the innovations that we can collaborate for the future. Hold on a minute. Okay, so we do encourage to all of the participants, if you have any questions that wants to be discussed with Dr. Noordini Abdullah about the building borders, building futures, empowering business through the innovation and also collaborations. All right. Okay, so any discussions or any questions from the participants? Actually, while waiting, perhaps, doctor, so we can have okay, so we can have a discussion in advance to triggering all of the audience to ask the questions, yeah, Prof. So it's sometimes needed because the audience need these stimulations. All right. So based on your keynote speech, Doc, so the collaboration is one of the important aspects to foster the innovation. I mean, in terms of the technologies, in terms of the human, or even in terms of the business itself. And during your keynote speech also, we do learn also from the example or the case that you bring, that you explain to us from the Grab, and also even from the financial sectors, yeah, Doc, yeah, for the Maybank and etc. And however, Doc, based on your observation so far, I know this is really your expertise. So perhaps, or perhaps there are perhaps not a common, yeah, but perhaps a challenge if the organizations wants to have a digital transformations. So actually, what is probably the challenge that they face the most? What do you think?
But the challenge, because but nowadays why we need collaboration is because we are faced with the community that they want to do innovation, but they mention about they can get the the support from the institution maybe institution like in Indonesia, for example, universities Lancang Kuning help and together with Pertamina they help the community in Pekanbaru to handle on how to organize or how to manage the waste, biological waste. So I think everybody, everyone, we have institution that is good in IT. For example, Pekanbaru they are good in IT, so they can help the community to to do this kind of innovation. Nowadays, they are doing that right now. I can see that. Okay. Even though there's challenge, they have to cooperate with that institution. So this is the best thing. Why we have to do collaboration. We cannot stand alone when we want to do the innovation. We have to contact the institution or the industries to help us to do the innovation. Okay.
Yes, it's true. It's true, Doc. Okay, so actually one of the actually the organization perhaps wants to have these digital transformations. However, some organizations are things that they have to preserve their value. They have to preserve their value because if we do the collaborations, particularly in doing this digital transformation, we're involving the technology for shares to come to those organizations. There might be some, of course, there might be some data information also that share to the collaborators itself. Yeah, Doc. Yeah, but how to what is it called? How to mitigate? How to mitigate that there will be you know, because if we talk about the trust issue, it's going to be very difficult, yeah, Doc, yeah, if we want to have these collaborations. But how if the organization wants to foster that, but they still have the trust issues on the collaborators, particularly if you talk about the technologies itself, involving the information, involving the data, and etc.
Yeah, this is the reality actually. It's very hard. Sometimes when we meet to the cooperation, maybe there are agreement with win-win situation. We have to discuss on the win-win situation. Always the community itself or the institution itself, they have to have something to give and take. If you cannot give anything, so it's very hard unless the government involved in the situation of the accommodation. This is dependent. That's why it's not industry. There are also policies or something have to done by our government to make sure the corporations happen. Something like that. Okay. I don't deny that is happen. It's all.
Yes, yes, if we talk about the technology itself, like it's somehow it can be like, yes, we must do this transformation, but however, there are certain what is it called, information that data that we want still to preserve it. Yeah, they want to preserve it, otherwise others can use it in not in a proper way, for example, like that. So
Yeah.
but the point that you highlight is one of it is related with the agreement. Yeah, Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's related to that being both of the collaborators itself. All right. Okay, so let us check on the Zoom chat box. So once again, to all of the audience, to participants, please do not hesitate to asking the questions to Dr. Noordini. We still have the time to have the discussion. So we go to the next questions. We have one questions from the Zoom chat box, Doc, but perhaps we can adjust it a bit. Yeah. So this is coming from Miss Wilma Caridad Tolentino or Ma'am Wilma. Okay, so this is the questions. Since you explain about the concept and also the mechanism that you share, and also the example of several framework that you informed before during your keynote speech, is there what the concept or the framework itself is already implemented? Perhaps you can share to us regarding which one is being that already implemented, particularly to your institutions.
Now, in my
Yes,
institution,
in your campus.
there are so many institution. Okay, for example, in the term of industry on campus, we also have industry on campus. This kind of industry coming here. Okay, we want to upgrade knowledge of our students. So by inviting the industry to come to open their company or the industries in the campus, it will help our students to increase their knowledge regarding certain skills that the industries have. This is the one part of it. So there's you can find most of the institution. We also have here. Are going to have that also. We also have the training progression with the industries. They come here and give training to the students, which we identify which kind of skills that we want to upgrade our students regarding of the technology. Okay. Yes, I think.
Yes, okay. So like you mentioned before that there are industry, yeah, involving as the, we can say, external collaborators,
Yeah.
yeah, within the for example, like in your campus, yeah, okay, to increase the knowledge of the students and etc. Because one of the things that differentiate the polytechnics also that has the value is their hands-on practice. So they are ready once they go, or once they once they go to the industry, Doc, yeah. So they already equipped, we can say like that, the full equip of the industrial and match with the industrial needs. All right. Okay, Doc. So we go to the next question. So this question is coming from Dr. Usman Mohammed. So the question is, how can innovations and collaboration across borders empower business to achieve sustainable growth and competitiveness in a globalized economy?
So there's so many actually. Thank you for the question. Okay. I forgot the name of the country. That country, I think, if I'm not mistaken, either Colombia or what, with Ivory Coast. Maybe I can check later because they are, they are bring the solid waste, they develop or they produce a solid waste. All the waste, solid waste, they produce a structure solid waste. So the structure solid waste, they can build the house, or the house in that country. So the other country, I forgot the name of the country. I've seen that they invite the industry from that country to come to build a school, using solid waste. It's the solid because that country there's so many solid waste. They can they did have the expertise, and that country has the expertise on producing the solid waste, and the solid waste will become a structure. That structure can build the house, build the building or something like that. So they come to that country and they build house and the school. So that is how the cooperation happen globally. So you can invite them, and it's not highly cost, because that is coming from the place. And also we can see, I can forget in after tsunami. After tsunami, I think this Japan, not only the um, uh, developed country, but also the high level countries such as Japan. After having tsunami, they also handling on the waste. They are also handling waste management. Uh, this that community on that particular place, they have to manage the waste, biodegradable waste, bio waste, and also solid waste. So that the waste, there are minimum waste going to landfill. So they can generate the waste to be fertilizer, and also the waste to be, fertilizer for the plant. Okay, they can also the plant, the product without buying outside. So they also can generate electricity. So they no need to, they can just use their own electricity that they generate from the waste. So this is kind of the technologies that we can study, such as that Indonesia, they have the land, big land, wide land. So the country that is, they can use this kind of the example that's from Japan. I forgot the name, Misarin Manrico. I think Misarin Manrico. They use all this kind after the tsunami. Uh, the community no need to get to spend so much money on the electricity, not so much money on planting, because they already have all these kind of the fertilizer that generate from the waste to the demand. So that is what they are very happy. And I think that another country asking for that particular community to help them on doing that. Even Indonesia, I have gone to the Pekanbaru. They also do this kind of that circular economy. We call that is circular economy, where the community can generate their own income based on the waste management. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Doc, for the example, yeah, and how it can also support the things related with the achieving of the sustainable development goals, whether it is the waste management or its implications with the one that you shared is with the electricity and so on. So I think it's really contextual, yeah, Doc. It's I mean like it really depends on the need of the organization itself and also the value that the collaborators see that they can fill in, because
Yes.
the collaboration will works if they have the common value, right, Adaf? Okay, so we go to the next questions.
So many
Okay,
things.
okay, now it's getting warm, but we have received more questions. Okay, so we go to the question. It's coming from Ma'am Noordini. Okay, so Dr. Noordini, could you suggest us how to have equal collaborations? Because as we know, if this is perhaps, I don't know whether it is related with a value or whether it is related with, you know, like a status of the conditions of the organization and the collaborator itself. So perhaps you can give us more enlightenment on this stuff.
Equal collaboration. There are so many things, all kind of collaboration. Equal in terms of education, equal in terms of what support system. So like for example, we doing the collaboration. For example, this is the example collaboration with Shah So Shah they come here to do the training. Yeah, the platform, the training is for the Asian. Our PSA is in the center. It's easy from other countries to come, from Singapore, for Singapore and Vietnam, Laos, Malaysia, they all come in the middle. So they have the they can do the training here in enhancing the technology on digital. So what they give is they give us two scholarship to our lecturers. So this is kind of a type of cooperation equal. We give you the platform to do the to do the program, and we they for win-win situation. We give you the scholarship to your lecturers to have the free training from them, especially. This is kind of collaboration which can have our lecturers can have the skills, upskilling the knowledge regarding technologies, and at the same time they can cost they reduce the cost among participants. Yeah, because we are in the center, everybody is coming here. Okay, they said to us like that. What the customer mentioned, because if they choose this one, it's so expensive. We are the place that are suitable for the for the training center. Okay, I think this is one example. So, okay.
Oh, okay, very good then. Okay, so perhaps this is our last questions, Doctor. So this is coming from Dr. Gilby Tang Chawan. So the question is, in your organizations, what digital innovation have had the biggest impact, especially on governance, and how did it help? Thank you.
Just so in this now we still on the road. We don't say that we are very good enough in the technology. We are still climbing, to the digital. Not everybody, even we have in the Polytechnic, we have certain center. Nowadays they having the training now for the AI. AI. We upgrading. We have the certain. Not everybody, not every lecturers, very good on the data technology. So what we do is they are given training and now they are we are thinking of to come up with the the polytechnic of AI. It's still on the progress, and they are thinking this is they are now thinking of doing that, so we can centralize all the technologies to that kind of polytechnic. So that this is the actually the planning, the planning. But if we talk about the best technology, I think every institution they have. I think every university have that as technology such as simple technology like doing online internet and then using AI, simple AI chat GPT. All this I think every institution have. Okay, big data may be ongoing. Okay, I think that's all. We are not such a big, we are going to that scale also. Okay.
Okay, so hopefully that the
Yeah.
planning, because that's
The
very,
plan is
yeah,
ready.
that's a very interesting how it can centralize perhaps all the polytechnic in
And
Malaysia,
yes,
perhaps, yeah, later on, and hopefully that those will be running smoothly, yeah, hopefully, yeah, for the collaborations, Doctor. All right, so I think thank you so much once again, Dr. Noordini Abdullah, for sharing your thought and also your expertise, of course, with us in the ICBAS conference today. So thank you so much, Doctor. So it really means a lot. And yes, we do learn a lot also from the topic that you delivered, and of course the practical case. And this is very important because we need somehow more look into so what we can do. I mean, like the implementations of the concept or everything that being explained. So thank you so much once again, Dr. Noordini, for sharing with us in the ICBA